Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to talk about Gore-Tex. Mainly surplus Gore-Tex, but I also do have some, regular retail stuff you can buy at, say, REI. Anyway, I keep most of this hidden because my wife doesn't really support it. But I wanted to show you some cool stuff that you can get at either Sportsman's Guide, eBay, or maybe OfferUp. So let's start. So first one, I guess I will show you this Belgian Post office Gore-Tex. So that is the red one. So what's kind of cool about this, it almost looks like some kind of designer thing. I mean, what I like is you have this high-vis reflective stuff going here and on the sleeves. This thing cost me about $50 from Sportsman's Guide. I like that because this ties in with the urban area where I live. I live in Seattle, Washington, and I don't know. I think it looks pretty sharp. I'm not gonna put it on right now, but maybe later I may make a like a surplus military fashion show or something like that. Show you what it looks like when you wear them. Anyway, I believe they still have these in multiple sizes on Sportsman's Guide. I do not get any money from Sportsman's Guide or anybody actually. So everything I have, I paid for by myself. That's the main thing. Is this thing looks, like more of a fashion type of thing. It's in red. You may or may not like it. It's taped all through where the seams are, which is cool. One thing that I don't care about it is it does have a hood. Look how huge, ginormous this collar is. So I like to wear it with the hood hanging out because this thing just makes it like almost unbearable. But I like the way it looks, so I think it's worth the money that I paid for. Let's put that one away. Let's look at another Sportsman's Guide item. And sorry, once again, I have not prepared much. But this is a German border police Gore-Tex jacket. This cost me about $26 from Sportsman's Guide. What I like about this one is it has cloth on the outside, so like when it's raining, you don't hear all the droplets going, making that noise and stuff like that. Another thing I like about this specific one, because I actually bought two of these and I sold an extra one to one of my coworkers, is they have zips, and so I always overheat. So with these kind of zips here, I can get ventilation and I don't overheat as easily. So this is one that I like to wear when I'm riding my bike. It is longer, so this thing goes underneath, about where my privates are. If I was wearing it, I'm 6 feet tall and 215 pounds currently. I kind of like this. Now, I guess in Europe, they usually block these things out. But when they're sold to the US, they don't do that. I don't really care. I mean, a lot of people think they say stuff like policia or something like that, but it's polici. You know, in my area, there's a lot of Mexicans here, so they try to say maybe it's like a Mexican thing. Once again, you have all of this reflective material, so I like it when I'm riding my bike. I can ventilate. You got all these pockets here. You got all these pockets inside. So I've got one there. I think there's two on this other side. Oh, three. But anyway, so you can see. So if I'm going to the movies or something like that, I can put a bunch of snacks in there. Has a removable liner inside of there, which I took out because I overheat once again. But when it gets winter time, this will be great. With this newer one, so the one that I sold was an older one, and it didn't have pit zips on it. This one does, and this liner also has its own pouches inside. It has slots in it so that with the pit zips, this thing will work. I like the way this looks. I mean, someone told me it looks like a Kanye West type of thing. I mean, I'm not really into Kanye West, but you know, it's, to me, it's functional, and it's not like whole like totally military color. I mean, green kind of is, but it's not as so much as, say, camouflage. So let's go to my USMC Gore-Tex. So with the Woodland version, and I don't remember where I hid my my desert one, but my desert one is just a shell. So all it is the Gore-Tex or nylon on the outside, and it's, you know, like when it rains. I wore it when I was hunting, and you can really hear all the droplets as it hits it. So this, the Marpat Woodland, what I like about this is this thing has cloth outside, so if it's raining, you don't hear all the patters as greatly as the ones that are a shell. Obviously, this has the Marpat, and then intermittently you can find the globe and globe anchor and everything on there, and the eagle. But what I like about the marine ones is they always have pit zips. So I even had a army one before because it was pretty cheap, but I resold it again once again. But you got zip pit zips throughout this, so you can open this up and ventilate it. You've got plenty of pockets on here, and they're on the outside, so you can see here. So you've got two, one on the left and right of the chest, as well as two cargo pockets down here on the lower part. And I also have the trousers as well. And these things have pass-throughs on the main pockets, assuming that you're wearing trousers underneath, so you can access those. Plus they have cargo pockets on the left and right. I don't wear this very much unless I'm going hunting or something, because when I go hiking, I don't like to, I'm in the Seattle area, so when I'm hiking or camping somewhere it might look out of sort around here, and people just, you know, I don't know, maybe think I'm a militant or something. I was in the Marines, but and I don't care too much, but at the same time, I just don't want to make people feel weird. Here's one thing I forgot, is I bought this on eBay. This was some trousers to go with my German, so it doesn't match completely, but it matches enough. So if I need to wear those, like sometimes I'll wear this at work with the German Gore-Tex. Next ones I have are from Proper. So these are in coyote brown. And so normally with this setup, what I do is I wear this, or I throw it in my backpack when I'm hiking. Coyote brown is kind of a military brown or color, but it's not, doesn't stand out as much as camouflage. And this is just a shell, so you know, unfortunately what happens is, you know, you do hear the droplets hit this thing, but you know, it's pretty lightweight. I do have the trousers that match these as well, and this is what I throw in there just in case I need some rain gear. Where I live, it rains often. Usually not too much, but if I need something, I'll just throw this in my backpack with the trousers and the jacket at the same time. And I bought these on eBay. They haven't really made these for about 8 years or so, so they're kind of difficult to find. I bought, you know, it is on eBay. It took me a while to find a matching top to go with the trousers. Trousers were only like 29 bucks. This thing ended up being around 100. But you still may find them online, and they have more current versions of these, which I didn't buy because I already had the trousers. I just wanted to match up my jacket or coat with it. Once again, I do not have the desert Marpat because I couldn't find where I hid it, but because it's camouflage, I don't wear them too much when I go out anywhere. I think I may end up selling that on eBay to recoup the money, but with all the military, or I guess this would be Mil-Tech, you can find them for cheaper online sometimes, just depending on how many are out there, and you just need to be looking all the time. I mean, when I bought this, the Woodland color, I bought the trousers for about 29 bucks, and then I got this jacket for about $79, $89. So always take a look. I mean, if you watch Sportsman's Guide, eBay, keepshooting.com, you'll see these things show up online. Now let's go to civilian stuff. So I like the Kühl brand, so this is their logo. You can typically find this at REI, so I bought this original one at REI, and this thing, I think it was $129. It's just a shell. It's a nylon or possibly Gore-Tex, but they're both very similar. What I don't like is you can hear all of the droplets when you are hiking or hunting or whatever you're doing. So when they came with the next generation, this is the second generation that I'm aware of. They may have more, but what I am aware of, this is the second generation I bought on eBay. So this has a softer Gore-Tex on it and more like a fabric that, you know, when it rains you don't hear all the patter as loud. It was probably stolen, you know, I don't know, but this thing retails for around $150, $160, and I got it on eBay for about $65, $69. So if you're trying to fit in, you know, the black colors work really well, even the green or the coyote brown versus camouflage. Just depends on the political leanings on where you live. So I wear this one when I go to work sometimes, or when I'm hiking, just depending on where I'm going and if I think there's going to be a lot of people around. Or I'll wear this, or I will wear the coyote brown. But anyway, these are all watertight. They always have tape and things like that. Gives you some ideas. I really like surplus stuff, so that's what the red one and the police one and all the military type or mil-tech ones are all surplus. You can usually get it a lot cheaper than what you can get on commercial markets. So I just wanted to show you a couple of things that I have, and if I ever figure out how to edit, I may do, you know, like a fashion show or some stuff, but don't hold your breath. Anyway, if you have any questions on this stuff, please post it on there and I will answer as soon as I'm able to. I do work. I don't get paid from anybody. Everything I buy, I paid for myself. You guys have a good day.